Hi, I'm Sean Palmer with the Palmer Law Firm, and I've been practicing exclusively in the area of family law for the last 20 years. Should you stay married for the sake of your children? That's the topic of today's video. Deciding whether or not to stay in a marriage for the sake of the children is a personal and complex decision that will depend on the individual circumstances of your marriage and your family. There are pros and cons to both staying and leaving, and it's important to carefully evaluate all of the factors involved in making a decision one way or the other. On the one hand, staying in an unhappy marriage has documented and undeniable negative impacts on the children. There have been numerous studies on the effects of divorce on children, and the findings are pretty clear. Some studies have found that children of divorced parents are more likely to experience negative outcomes such as emotional and behavioral problems, academic difficulties, and an increased risk for substance abuse and delinquency. But studies also find that a major factor that can impact the effect of divorce on children is the level of conflict between the parents before, during, and after the divorce. Children exposed to conflict and tension between their parents feel the stress and strain of that troubled relationship. So divorce can be a difficult and traumatic experience for children because it disrupts their sense of stability and security. But also, high levels of conflict and tension between parents can negatively impact children even more than the effects of divorce. Therefore, if a high level of conflict is in your marriage and your children are being exposed to this, it may be better for the long-term emotional and mental health of your children that you remove the conflict by pursuing a divorce or at least living separately. Some people, they resolve themselves to stay married because of a perceived benefit to the children. In reality, though, from my experience, most people rarely remain together just for the sake of the children. Most of the time, there's other factors at play, sometimes unconscious ones. In fact, other gratifications from a relationship can keep an estranged couple together even though their marriage is dead. Arrangements sometimes develop between married couples where they will share a household because it's economically or socially convenient. They create their own separate lives within the home without interfering with or substantially annoying the other person. Parties living in a state of truce for many years will often divorce after the youngest child is out on their own. If no such gratifications exist for you, however, then you should deal with your marital problems realistically. Don't just ignore the deterioration of your marriage or mope around about it. Solve it, adjust to it, or separate. Too much self-sacrifice can be intolerable for you, or to your children, or even as well as to your spouse. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to stay married for the sake of the children should be based on what's in the best interest of the children, as well as the well-being of the parents. It's important to consider factors such as the level of conflict in the marriage, the impact of the marriage on the children, and the potential for co-parenting after the divorce, and also the potential for your own personal growth and happiness after the divorce. It's also important to seek professional guidance and support from a qualified therapist, counselor, or family law attorney to help you navigate this decision and its potential consequences. A family law attorney can also help you understand your legal rights and obligations as they relate to the divorce and child custody, which in turn can help you make an informed decision. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. My name is Sean Palmer with the Palmer Law Firm, where we can't protect your heart, but we can protect your rights.